What if I told you that the secret to becoming a self-made millionaire, or even a billionaire, has nothing to do with your grades, your family's wealth, or even your college degree? Zuckerberg, Bezos, Musk, they all follow different paths, but they share certain mental frameworks and habits that set them apart. In this video, we're breaking down the billionaire mindset, the truth about wealth building, and why entrepreneurship is your best shot at achieving financial freedom in today's world. Let's get clear on one thing. Rich isn't just about fancy cars or a big house. In financial terms, an ultra-high net worth individual is someone with over $30 million in assets. That's right, not just income, but total net worth. To put it into perspective, 30 million earning just 5% interest yearly equals $1.5 million in passive income. That's $125,000 a month for simply having your money parked in the right place. It's not just about earning, it's about creating systems that let your money work for you. Want to know the #1 strategy the ultra-wealthy use to build their fortune? They start businesses. According to multiple studies, over 80% of billionaires are self-made, and most did it through entrepreneurship. They didn't wait for perfect ideas. They started small, learned fast, and scaled what worked. Dr. Rainer Zittelman, a wealth researcher, interviewed dozens of ultra-rich individuals and found the same patterns repeating. Start young. Take responsibility. Learn through action, not just theory. Here's where it gets psychological. Most people fail and blame the economy, their boss, or bad luck. But wealthy entrepreneurs, they blame themselves, and that's a good thing. Why? Because blame equals power. If you're responsible, then you have the power to change the outcome. This mindset shift, taking full ownership of your results, is what separates dreamers from doers. Add to that emotional control, curiosity about the world, relentless follow-through, and you've got the foundation of a billionaire brain. Want to mimic the habits of self-made millionaires? Start with what they did early in life. Warren Buffett sold gum at age 6. Richard Branson started a Christmas tree business as a teen. Elon Musk threw college parties to pay rent. What matters isn't the size of the business. It's building the habit of creating value and selling it. Start now, even if it's small. Ever wonder why so many billionaires come from the United States? It's not magic, it's mindset. In the US, failure is part of the process. Action is valued over perfection. Test, fail, adjust, repeat is how the tech world thrives. Contrast that with countries where mistakes are punished and entrepreneurship is discouraged. If you're watching from the US, you've already got one massive advantage: a culture that rewards risk and resilience. Here's a myth worth smashing. Most ultra-rich people weren't born wealthy. In fact, over 85% of billionaires built their wealth from scratch. But there's a twist. Around 60% of them had parents who owned small businesses. Why does that matter? Because growing up in a business-savvy environment teaches you skills schools don't: how to attract customers, manage money, and think like an owner, not an employee. Most of the ultra-wealthy have one trait in common: they're non-conformists. They don't care what the crowd thinks. Steve Jobs built Apple stores when everyone said retail was dead. Airbnb was mocked for letting strangers sleep in your home. Netflix mailed DVDs while Blockbuster laughed. Being different isn't a quirk, it's a strategy. But here's the key. They weren't different just to be rebellious. They were different because they saw something others missed. Want to build wealth faster? Master the art of self-marketing. It's not enough to have a great product. You need to sell your vision. Learn to tell powerful stories. Simplify complex ideas. Build trust and credibility. Start by selling something small. Learn what works, what doesn't, and refine your pitch. Psychologists have found some fascinating patterns in billionaire personalities. Emotional stability. They don't panic in chaos. Openness to new ideas. They adapt and innovate quickly. Low agreeableness. They challenge the status quo. Conscientiousness. They follow through every time. Don't worry if you're not born this way. These traits can be developed. Here's a relief. You don't need a brand new idea to get rich. Facebook wasn't the first social network. Tesla wasn't the first electric car company. Google wasn't the first search engine. They just did it better. Improving on what's already out there is often smarter and faster than trying to reinvent the wheel. Billionaires embrace failure, not fear it. In Silicon Valley, there's a motto: fail fast, learn faster. Failure is data. Smart entrepreneurs use it to iterate and grow. Also, access to capital matters. In 2024 alone, U.S. venture capital firms invested over $100 billion in startups. But before the money comes in, you've got to start. Now, almost 80% of billion-dollar startups were founded by teams, not solo entrepreneurs. Why teams matter: diverse skill sets, emotional resilience, broader networks, shared workload. Find partners who complement your strengths and challenge your thinking. Forget the myth of the 19-year-old self-styled billionaire. Most successful founders start in their 30s or 40s, some even later. Ray Kroc was 52 when he scaled McDonald's. Vera Wang started designing at 40. Colonel Sanders founded KFC at 65. You're not late. You're just on your journey. School teaches you how to work for someone else. But getting rich requires a different kind of education, one that includes spotting hidden opportunities, negotiating and selling, solving real problems, building value with skills, not just credentials. The most valuable degree, learning by doing. Here's the truth. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need a rich family. You don't need $1 million idea. But you do need the right habits, mindset, and consistent action. Start something today. Take responsibility for your outcomes. Learn from failure. Surround yourself with big thinkers. Focus on value, not credentials. Your path to financial freedom starts with your next decision. Comment below. Which of these billionaire traits do you already have? Which ones are you working on? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights on how to get rich, build a business that scales, and unlock financial freedom on your terms.